Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Nate the lawyer. Same story, different gentleman.
College Park police respond to a home in June 2024.
Oh, thank God.
All right, how you doing?
After Catherine Jensen says her ex-boyfriend attacked her minutes before they arrived.
So, what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
This door? The door that looks pretty intact?
Tried to get the keys from my hand of my truck.
A few moments later.
She said I kicked in the door.
And why is that a problem?
Because I'm in a wheelchair.
Wait. What? What? Did she just really do this to this man? She accused this wheelchair-bound gentleman of kicking in her door. What did he do? Just like roll back and just ram right in there with his foot out or something? Like.
And have been for 25 years.
Oh!
A few moments later.
So, might need to call the district attorney's office. Because if the door was kicked in, he didn't kick it in.
News now at 7. A Metro Atlanta Police Department now under fire.
This was a funny one.
For how it investigated an alleged attack and home invasion.
So a woman says a man kicked down a door and chased her down the street. And when police
in a wheelchair.
Police find the man, he's in a wheelchair. Let's talk about it.
Oh man, Nate, you put a funny one on. Shout outs to you.
Our story starts on January 15th, 2024. A woman named Catherine Jensen is filing a sworn complaint at the College Park Police Department. Now, she's alleging her ex, Charles Reed, kicked in her door, choked her, chased her down.
I imagine literally him in his wheelchair with his leg out like this, just like ready to like ram his freaking gun. I'm being goofy.
On the street in a violent home invasion.
All right, how you doing?
After Catherine Jensen says her ex-boyfriend attacked her minutes before they arrived.
So,
it doesn't even look like where she lives is like wheelchair friendly. Where this man can even get to the door properly.
what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out. Tried to get the keys from my hand of my truck.
So he grabbed you by your neck?
Handling myself.
Wheelchair.
You say he kicked the door in?
He did.
Now, after that interview, Catherine gave police a very, very, very detailed description.
I still remember the call. On June 15th last year, I got a call about a lady from 4111 Fredericksburg Drive. And so basically she was like, and when I got to the house, the front door was kicked in, and I think she was like hiding by the garage or something. And she comes out and she's bleeding from her arm. Her neck is bruised up and everything. She's like,
diabolical. The things they do to themselves to accuse men.
My ex-boyfriend, who we broke up 2 days ago, just entered my home and attacked me. And then after that, I asked her, hey, you know, have y'all lived together? Yeah, we used to live together at this address. Do you have any of his?
I mean, I do admit body cams are so awesome nowadays. Like, you don't have to write all of this down, and there's no telephone translation you might miss in translation of constantly talking back and forth. No, you have it all on camera. You have exactly what she said.
His information, gave me his name, spelled it out, gave me a description, told me what he looked like, ran it through NCIC, it matched. And then I was like, is this him? She was like, yes, that's him.
Now, the man she identified was Charles Reed.
This man looks like he wouldn't even hurt a fly. He literally has a NASA hat on.
41 years old, and he's a paraplegic. He's been in a wheelchair for about 25 years because of an accident he had as a teenager.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's
And you say you have no recollection of who she is?
I have absolutely no idea who that is.
You don't even know who she is? So this is, oh my, this just gets worse.
Yeah, certainly
literally gets worse.
In anybody's house.
Because she was able to provide us with your exact information and a description of how you look.
I truly have no idea who that is. Like,
So you went to Grady through your doctors or whatever the case may be, your
This reminds me of that girl that got her boyfriend cheating, but he was like, we're not even together anymore.
Chiropractor or whoever it is, that shows that you've
But this is
been
actually worse because I don't even know this person.
that you've been in that wheelchair, then that would make it hard to prove that you forcefully entered that woman's home. So if you get those documents in order,
The gentleman in the back over here, it's just like, wait,
bring
what?
those with you when you go to your first appearance, to your bond hearing or whatever the case may be, and we'll figure it out.
Officer,
But as
put
of
your
this
hand
moment,
down so we
I
can
will have
see.
to place you under arrest. Do you have any weapons, anything sharp on you, anything of that nature?
No, I cannot.
I'm telling you, this gentleman over here is just looking and just like, he kicked the door down? What? You guys are still arresting him? For what?
Can I pee and stuff?
You'll be able to pee. I'm gonna take you right downstairs. You're not even going anywhere.
This is crazy. They're still taking him to jail? What the
This is crazy to me. Like,
What kind of car do you have?
My Hyundai.
That gray Hyundai Sonata?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Sure. Do me a favor, put your hands out.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Now I'm upset. It was funny. It was kind of whatever about it. Now I'm livid. You could easily tell that this is false, but yet you're still gonna go about it as if everything she said was true, and you're still gonna arrest this man, even though he doesn't even know this person. What the?
Fortunately, it is.
I can't. Is this a joke? My wife?
You'll get a phone call when you get downstairs.
This is beyond.
Name's Charles. Her name's Sarah.
Do me a favor, lift your hands up above your head,
Wow.
I don't have muscle control.
please. Okay, that's fine.
This video turned
Put it
upside
on the
down.
other
on
side.
his head right now.
Can't. I don't have muscle control. I'm not. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Bro. Bro. I'm gonna have to flip a fucking table. You serious right now?
So now this cop who is a total idiot is going to leave this man on the floor for a couple of minutes until a cop who has a brain comes and says, hold on, something is wrong here.
I was waiting for the paramedics to come. They're right next door, so.
Oh my god, you just left the man there.
Pick me up like a baby.
He's been in a wheelchair for
Shout outs to this gentleman here is filming everything. I hope your footage goes to court and helps this gentleman out. Shout outs to you, brother. You should be filming. You should be filming this. Oh, now you're gonna help push the chair in?
You'll move my leg. It's my leg that's. You see that?
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right, push it up.
Am I getting too upset about this? Am I not justified in how upset I should be in this right now? It's not even happening to me, and I'm so completely upset. This poor gentleman. I have friends that are paraplegics because of the war. It wasn't no car accident, but because of, Afghanistan and stuff. I can't imagine someone treating my friends like that. I can't.
Okay, so this is what we need to do first. What is the warrant for? Hold on, sir. Hold on. What's the warrant for?
Ag assault.
I broke into somebody's house.
Felony trespass, ag assault.
How long ago?
June 19th. June 19th, 15th. 9th, one of
How
those.
long?
Thank God for this gentleman here. Thank God this gentleman has a brain.
He's been paralyzed.
25 years.
Okay. Make a phone call to me. Hold on. Let's get him sitting up right.
So police went into the back and they have a little issue here. We got a guy who's obviously in a wheelchair, paraplegic.
He has no muscle thing. So even if he wanted to put his leg out and just like shove, like ram it through the door, it probably wouldn't even work.
Can't walk. Matter of fact, he can barely sit up. And we have a report of him kicking in a door, chasing a woman down and choking her out. Something doesn't seem right. So this other officer challenges the arresting officer's mentality about this whole thing. Are you an idiot? Because obviously this guy can't kick down any doors.
I hope this man sues the shit out of that hospital or that officer and the precinct. Everything.
He's do some backdrop.
So I was like, man, I don't know if this is true or not, and I can't ascertain that right now.
So
you're an idiot, you idiot ass motherfreaking cop. You're dumb.
Might need to call the district attorney's office. Because if the door was kicked in, he didn't kick it in. He did kick it in.
Well, she didn't say kicked in. She said, well, I can't recall if it was kicked in or if that's what she said. Because all I remember I wrote was that.
So you think he rammed it in with his freaking wheelchair, you dumbass?
Forced entry was made.
Flashback.
What happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out. Tried to.
She ran and he still caught up to her with his wheelchair to choke her out. I'm gonna have to slap a motherfucker.
Get the keys from my hand of my truck.
So he grabbed you by your neck?
Mm-hmm.
So if it was kicked in, and he has indeed been paralyzed since he was 19 years old, that would be kind of hard.
Because I'm looking at his legs. I got a couple of relatives that are quadriplegics. That what we see with his lower extremities ain't for play.
Okay.
That's legit.
He said since 25 years ago, you jackass.
And if he was born in 82, that means he was shot in 2001. And he's been paralyzed since, 19 years.
So now these two officers go to a supervisor to tell the supervisor that, hey, we got somebody here who obviously can't walk. He's a paraplegic and he's being accused of kicking down the door and chasing a woman down. Now, we need you to help us out. Should we arrest this guy because he's clearly not able to have committed this crime?
And if they do, I'm about to burn this precinct down, man. Like, what the freak?
Don't mean to interrupt your lunch. I'm stepping in, helping out a little bit. They got a quadriplegic guy up there.
I just told him about it.
Oh, he already got the rundown?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's phony wash. Yeah, but how could he?
And I just want to put it out there. He flopped out the wheelchair. I was like, can you raise your hands? Because I'm trying to, pat him down, make sure he doesn't have anything. I don't know if the camera's going to catch it, but I got him by the tip of my fingers. And he just...
It's a ruse, man.
So,
I mean, he...
It is so easy for you to check, you jackass. You just go look at his medical, or just go look at it real quick. But you automatically think it's a ruse. You didn't even go check yourself, you piece of...
It's an obvious attempt to not to go to jail, so...
Yeah. But he is fucked up from the waist below.
That is pretty... After actually seeing him, I agree. But then again, like I said, I don't know what happened between 9 months ago from now, and I don't know how much muscle mass you lose from not using your legs. So I don't know if,
That's for the court to decide.
Yeah.
Oh, you...
Wife said he's been...
This is why people hate cops. This is exactly why people hate cops.
Paralyzed for 19 years, so... Okay.
Just get ready to
So you're still gonna arrest them, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
So the supervisor's a dummy too. He should at least have gone out to look.
Right? I'm not tripping out, right, Nate?
Get the guy to say, hold on, this report makes no sense. How's he kicking in doors and chasing down women and he's in a wheelchair? He can't move. Like, what's going on? But they go and arrest him anyway.
Like what's happened to me, I got you, Right.
So, if you need his information. So I just spoke to LT and Major. Unfortunately, I still have to take him. This is a felony warrant. Now, I don't know what's happening between you and this young lady, whatever you guys had. That's not.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, if she made a false report, that's going to be on her, obviously. Like I said, I explained, I noticed her condition, I see it.
You're an idiot, man. I just can't even take you seriously, man.
But I have to do my due diligence. It's a warrant out. I have to go ahead and take you in. So now that's going to be up to you and the courts and your lawyers and her and
to
that.
Do what? Like
to establish your innocence. Innocence until proven guilty. So at this point,
no, you're taking him to jail. You already assume that he's guilty. Now he has to prove his innocence. You lying pieces of crap.
She says you kicked down her door. It don't look like you could kick anything, no offense, at this point in time. So, that's why I told you earlier, if you have documentation that you were shot at 19, that you've been to Grady, that you...
I do. I can provide it in 10 minutes from now.
So, give me one second.
I can just call my...
See? That's all you had to ask, you pieces of... Instead of just looking or whatever, just have the guy send you proof. You get... I'm just... I've dealt with a lot of cops. I've been in jail probably a good amount of times. I've actually had decent cops. This type of behavior pisses me off.
I mean, like,
I need paper. If it ain't on paper, it don't happen.
I mean, you can call the DMV and see that I've needed mechanical aids on my license for the past 25 years.
Yep.
You can call, we can drive to Grady right now.
Give me 1 second. Let me, actually, yeah. Give me 1 second.
I can show you my handicap placard that I got 15 years ago.
Give me 1 second. Let me go talk to my major real quick.
At least he's somewhat like questioning things now. At least give him that kind of credit.
So you got that right. The cop has now got to go back to talk to the major because he said, you got to prove your innocence. And the guy's like, I can prove it. A handicap placard, my DMV license. Hell, we can call my doctor. He can send the paperwork over. I am innocent. I've been in this wheelchair for 20 years. Now the officer says, let me go talk to the major again.
I'm so sorry, last thing. He's saying that he can prove with paper documentation that he's been in the wheelchair for that long.
Okay, but you can still punch somebody in the wheelchair, right? I mean, that doesn't mean that he didn't do what he was accused of, right?
The main thing, honestly and truly, is the forced entry part.
I think you're still covered under probable cause because
like I don't know.
Can you just lose your goddamn brain? I'm sorry I used the word God in a bad term, but I'm just so upset about this. I thought this was going to be a funny one, and I don't watch these pre-hand or anything, so I'm watching it raw with you guys. I was all like enjoying it. I thought it was just going to be some fun laughs. It turned to be such a freaking infuriating video.
I told you earlier, she gave a description of him, spelled out his name, and gave us his date of birth. So I'm like, unless she's just your mistress and she's just really that pissed off at you that she would go through all these lengths, it's no mistaken identity. It's
right.
So
I mean, he could have forced entry if he had a tool, or I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't think.
Can you just use your brain a little bit?
Just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean you
can't break a door down.
She said she chased him down, or chased her down and choked her. I don't know very many people in wheelchairs that can chase me down.
Right.
So yeah, the supervisor believes that they got enough to arrest this guy who can't walk. So that's what they do.
Yeah, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to take you today, sir.
Can I talk to whoever that guy was?
It's really nothing he can do, and he's the one that's telling me because you still have an active warrant, and that warrant isn't going anywhere. I've even went so far as to reach out to the district attorney and see if there's something that I could do, but they're not answering. So unfortunately, I had to take you. And
told me that I could provide documentation.
That's not a right here, right now matter. That's going to be a later on matter.
Can I talk to the
and even
judge?
so,
Can the judge?
And even so,
Can somebody like the judge?
I'm trying to tell you. And even so, you're in a wheelchair that doesn't conclusively prove that you can't force entry into a home.
Now, you've watched all that play out, but police then decided, hey, let's actually do a background check on the victim to see if she has any other incidents of filing false police reports. This is what they found.
A year before Catherine claimed Charles assaulted her, the Noonan Police Department, about 30 miles away, arrested her for theft and forgery after allegedly filing a false police report claiming someone stole from her.
So now police are in some trouble. They have a man kicking down a door. They have the witness filing false police reports all over the place. So eventually they caught up with her and said, hey, what the hell's going on? Did this guy kick in your door? This is what she had to say.
According to this email obtained by Charles' attorney, Catherine wrote to a College Park police detective this week asking to change her statement, writing, my mental state and physical trauma in that moment worked to confuse me. Please.
You named him and gave a birthday and gave a perfect description.
Contact me at your convenience so I can edit the information in the report and clear the name of an innocent man.
How's this impacted you?
I'm about to. That supervisor needs to be fired immediately.
Well, I haven't been able to leave my house in a meaningful way in 2 or 3 months, just out of fear that I'll be picked up for an arrest warrant.
Now, obviously, this police report was false. She gave his name, his birthday. She described him. So it wasn't like she was confused in that way. She said, this was the person who assaulted me. But you would think with such a false report that put this man through what looked to be hell, she would have been arrested for filing another false police report. But
Tell me, Nate. We reached out to Catherine Jensen. She also did not respond, but her mother says she now acknowledges Charles did not attack her. Catherine has not been charged in this case.
Why is there not a charge of filing for false police reports? Why? Why did you guys just let women go? You treat men so harshly as if we're just worse than bears. And then you let a person that is worse than most diabolical people scot-free. And you can't even use your dumb little brain to figure out that this man in a wheelchair couldn't have done all that.
Leave all women. They did, and you see what that got this wheelchair-bound man. So we have a situation where a guy who was obviously innocent was forced to prove his innocence, or he would go to jail. And the woman eventually came clean and said, hey, I made a mistake. Now, my question to you, should this man sue the police department for all it's worth?
Yes. 100% yes.
I say yes. And number two, should this woman be charged?
Hell
now, my
yes.
opinion is clear. I think he should be paid millions of dollars for his pain and suffering, and I think this woman should go to jail for filing another false police report. Now, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff.
This is actually probably my most infuriating video that I've ever watched and done. I thought it was going to be nice and funny. It says, oh, he's in a wheelchair. Oh! Wait. What? You guys still arrest this man? And you put this man through hell? You pieces of shits. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that.